Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we take source material you're interested in and, well, we pull out the most important bits, the really fascinating insights. It's kind of a shortcut to understanding something cool.
Exactly. And today we're digging into Kenny Denton's book, There Ain't No Rules in Racy K Unroll. Specifically, his account of what he calls his Cajun adventure.
Right, this happened back in 1992, and it's important to remember this is his story, his recollections.
For sure. Now, Denton wasn't totally new to Louisiana music. He'd worked with Sonnet Records in Sweden, connected with Zydeco artists like Rockin' Dopsy, Queen Ida, too.
Didn't he produce an album for Queen Ida that got a Grammy nomination?
He did, yeah. So he had some cred. But in '92, he got this specific idea. He wanted to find a young Cajun musician, someone authentic,
Uh-huh.
And the plan was to fuse that traditional sound with, modern recording techniques, make it appeal to a younger crowd. So this deep dive follows that journey.
And all the unexpected twists it took.
Definitely. It wasn't straightforward.
Okay, so he sets out on this quest, heading for southwest Louisiana. But even before he gets there, there's a bit of a warning sign, isn't there?
Yeah, when he stops in Austin, Texas, his friends there were actually worried about him going into Cajun country alone. Safety concerns.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he even promised them he'd call every single day.
Yeah.
So that kind of hints at what he might be walking into, maybe a place that's a bit wary of outsiders.
Right, a bit insular. So, first stop, Mamu. He thinks this is the absolute heart of Cajun culture.
That's the reputation, yeah. He gets there on a Saturday evening, expecting, I don't know, music spilling out of everywhere.
Probably.
But it's dead quiet, totally deserted. Fred's Lounge, the famous spot.
Closed.
Turns out it's only open Saturday mornings till lunchtime.
Exactly. So his whole assumption about this vibrant hub just fizzles.
And you have to picture him there, right?
Right.
Driving this shiny red rental Chevy through an empty town. He says he felt as welcome as a steak at a vegan BBQ.
Ha. Yeah, totally conspicuous. Just screams outsider. And it gets worse. He finds this place that looks like a hotel, but it's run down.
And also closed.
Also closed. So he ends up at this place called the Honk and Go.
Yeah.
Which he later figures out is probably more like a stop and rob.
Okay.
And he's just trying to find somewhere to stay, asks the attendant, and the guy replies in this really thick accent, something like, "Want some more Carlin?"
Carly-Ann.
Yeah, Denton has no idea. He thinks, Carlin? Maybe the guy meant want somewhere clean? Total communication breakdown.
Wow. So the language barrier hits him right away.
Pretty much. And that's when he decides, okay, maybe Mamu isn't the place. He needs to head to Lafayette.
But leaving Mamu isn't smooth either, is it? There's that encounter with the pickup truck.
Oh, yeah, that sounds genuinely scary. A truck pulls up behind him, full of locals, and he sees a rifle in the back window.
Yikes.
He said they weren't exactly waving hello, made some gestures, seemed really unfriendly. He compared it to the friendliness of a shark with a leg in its mouth.
Good Corey. He was actually scared, tried to keep his distance, heart pounding, until they finally turned off. It wasn't until he got to Lafayette that he sort of processed it like, wow, that could have gone really badly.
So, not the welcoming committee he might have hoped for. A rough start to finding his musical prodigy.
Definitely a rough start. It really shows how, going into an unfamiliar place, especially one known for being close-knit, requires a bit more than just showing up.
You need to understand the local vibe, the unspoken rules.
Exactly. But he doesn't quit just yet. He gets to Lafayette, hears a radio DJ mention a Cajun event happening at a place called the Triangle Club in Scott.
Okay, a new lead.
A new lead. Though, again, first impressions aren't great. He says the outside of the club looked really unwelcoming.
He goes in anyway. He's determined.
He is. But inside, it's another shock to the system. It's super dark after being outside. He almost trips.
Right. Eyes need to adjust.
And then the noise hits him. The band is incredibly loud. Deafening, he says.
Was it Cajun music at least?
He couldn't even tell. It was just loud. He squeezes up to the bar to get a beer. It's packed. People are talking all around him, but it's mostly in French Creole.
Ah, so he feels even more isolated.
Totally. Tries talking to the guy next to him, asks about the band, gets a classic response, don't know, don't care.
Helpful?
Not at all. And then out of nowhere, someone lets out this massive rebel yell right in his ear.
Oh.
Yeah, nearly makes him spill his beer. Just adds to the general chaos and discomfort.
So what did he think of the band once he could maybe hear them a bit?
His assessment was blunt. Not burdened by talent, I think was the phrase.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, that was a bust. And apparently he spent several more days checking out other clubs, other bands.
And then finding.
More disappointment. Nothing clicked. Nothing sounded like what he was looking for. So after all that, he finally decides, all right, this isn't working. Time to cut his losses and head back to Texas.
Man, you can feel the disillusionment setting in. The romantic idea hits the harsh reality.
Totally. It's one thing to have the vision, another thing entirely to navigate the actual scene, especially when you don't have the local connections.
But just as he's giving up, something changes. Right, the turning point.
Yes, he's driving back towards Texas, listening to the radio, and he tunes into a Cajun station. And he hears this DJ, Camille Doucet,
Okay.
and it clicks, like a light bulb moment. This DJ, this is the guy who would know everyone, who would have the real inside scoop on the local talent.
Ah, smart move. Go to the source.
Exactly, instead of just wandering around clubs hoping to get lucky. So he pulls over in Lake Charles, finds the station, calls them up.
Does he get through to Kami?
He does, yeah. Speaks to him right after his show finished. And it pays off immediately.
How so?
Kami instantly knows who he should talk to. Suggests a kid named Toby Tamara. Says he's 16, super talented. Gives Denton the contact number, says, mention my name.
Wow. Just like that. From total frustration to a solid lead.
It really shows the power of local knowledge, you know? Tapping into the network instead of trying to build one from scratch.
So Denton calls Toby.
Yep. Toby sounds nice, polite, easygoing on the phone. But then Toby says, okay, you should probably talk to my brother, Baloo.
Baloo. Okay. Enter another character.
Right. Baloo is Toby's drummer, but he's also kind of his manager. So Denton arranges to meet Baloo at that club, Poets, in Lafayette.
Now, Denton has an evening free before that meeting, and this leads to the infamous Cowboys experience.
Oh, yes. The hotel receptionist recommends it. Cowboys, uptown country night. $5 cover gets you unlimited food, unlimited drinks, and a live band.
Sounds like a deal.
It sounds like something. Denton goes, and it's this massive place, just huge, and it's filled, absolutely packed, with what he describes as Kenny Rogers lookalikes.
Aw, seriously.
Seriously, denim everywhere, cowboy boots, big hats, rhinestones, the whole 9 yards. And Denton's standing there in his tracksuit.
Oh, man. He must have felt really out of place there.
Completely. He overhears some local jokes like, what does a girl from Louisiana do if she's not in bed by 10 p.m.? Go home. Gives you a sense of the vibe.
Okay, local humor.
Then the bar opens, the buffet opens, and it's just this mad stampede. Chaos.
Sounds intense.
And then, to top it all off, police cars start showing up outside, lights flashing.
What? Why?
He doesn't stick around to find out. He gets this uneasy feeling like, okay, this is getting weird, makes a quick exit. His line was great. Too many cowboys in there and not enough Indians.
So much for a relaxing evening.
Yeah, he ends up having a quiet dinner back at the hotel restaurant instead. Probably a wise move.
So the next day is the meeting with Baloo at Poets.
Right. He gets there. The club's actually closed at first. Baloo eventually shows up. Big guy. And the first thing he says is apparently, you sounded a lot taller on the phone.
Oh, charming.
Right. So it's a bit of a strange tone. Denton's impression of Baloo is, let's just say, not immediately flattering. He uses a Snow White comparison that isn't exactly complimentary.
Okay.
And Denton finds it really hard to explain his core concept, merging traditional Cajun with modern computer technology for a younger audience.
The Baloo doesn't get it.
It seems like Baloo's more focused on his own role. Like, okay, but I'm the drummer, right? I play on everything. That seems to be his main takeaway.
Potential friction point noted there. Creative vision versus practicalities, or maybe just self-interest.
Could be. But then the main event arrives. Toby.
The kid himself.
Yeah. He shows up with his school books. Looks kind of like a young Buddy Holly, according to Denton. And he comes across as composed, intelligent, different vibe from Baloo.
Okay, promising. Does Denton get to hear him play?
Yes, that evening. Toby's band has a regular weekly gig at Poets. Denton goes, and the place is absolutely jammed, packed.
Good sign.
Definitely. And when Toby plays, Denton is just blown away, says his talent is extraordinary. Vocals, accordion, but especially his guitar playing. Just phenomenal.
So this is it. This is the kid he was looking for.
Absolutely. All that searching, the weird detours, the disappointments, it suddenly feels worth it. You found the talent.
And it wasn't just the music, right? There was something else that caught his eye.
Yeah, the audience reaction, specifically the line dancing. People in the crowd were doing these synchronized dances to the music.
Which Denton had never seen before.
Never. And he immediately thinks this would be perfect for his first music video. Like, visually, it's fantastic.
He even mentions Billy Ray Cyrus, doesn't he? Like a premonition.
Kind of. He jokes later about maybe missing the boat on Achy Breaky Heart. But seeing the crowd, especially the girls screaming for Toby, That really sealed the deal for him. This kid had the talent and the charisma.
Okay, so the talent is secured, but finding him was just the start. What came next?
Well, the next 18 months were a process,
Mm.
and an expensive one. Denton mentions investing $50,000 of his own money.
Wow, that's serious commitment. Remortgaging his house, kind of serious.
And exactly that, yeah. Remortgaged his home, and the first 6 months were just negotiating the contract with Toby's family and their lawyer.
Because Toby was only 16.
Right, so his father had to sign everything. They eventually landed on a 5-year deal, but with options every year. So not entirely locked in,
That negotiation period sounds intense. Lots of back and forth.
presumably. Denton was flying between Louisiana and his home. His wife Sue came over, met the family, went to gigs. They were really immersing themselves.
And this leads to some memorable cultural encounters, like the family meal.
Oh, the jambalaya story, yes. They're at Toby's house for dinner, and there's this enormous pot of jambalaya. Sue tries to be polite, take a small portion,
And get served a mountain of it instead.
pretty much. And then a second pot gets brought to the table. She's trying desperately to signal she's full, maybe pushing bits around her plate. Turns out some of it was gizzards.
Oh, dear.
She's clearly uncomfortable. Finally, Denton has to intervene and explain, actually, Sue's a vegetarian.
How'd that go down?
Stunned silence,
Yeah.
apparently, until Sue quickly explains it's for a medical condition, which smooths things over. But it just highlights those little cultural disconnects.
Like the restaurant sign Sue saw.
Yeah, from your grill to ours,
Yeah.
which in that context sounds unintentionally funny, maybe a bit ominous.
Little moments that show they're in a different world.
Definitely. So, contract signed, cultural immersion happening. Next step is recording.
To London.
Yeah, he flies Toby and Baloo over to London to lay down some tracks. And the fusion idea actually works. Computer rhythms, live instruments, Cajun lyrics, it sounds commercial, accessible.
Okay, this is promising. The vision is coming together.
It seems like it. Denton suggests putting out a single first, test the waters. Standard industry practice.
Makes sense.
But Baloo's reaction is weird. He says something like, well, Toby hasn't released his first 3 albums yet.
His first 3 albums? What does that even mean?
Who knows? Denton's baffled too, but he pushes ahead. He starts shopping the demo around to major UK record labels
How's he pitching it?
as a whole package. The unique music, the Louisiana roots, the Cajun food angle, the Creole lyrics, the young, good-looking talent, everything.
Does it work? Do the labels bite?
Initially, no. Lots of rejections. They don't know how to categorize it. Where does it fit?
The classic problem with anything new.
Right. Denton's frustrated. Like, how did they pigeonhole Elvis or the Beatles? But he keeps pushing. Persistence pays off.
He gets a deal.
He eventually secures a record deal. Huge moment. But there's a catch.
There's always a catch.
The second-year option on Toby's contract is coming up, and that requires Denton to pay $15,000.
Which, after remortgaging his house and funding everything for 18 months...
He doesn't have
Yeah.
not readily available anyway. So, great news on the deal, terrible timing on the payment.
Ooh.
So what does he do?
He calls an urgent meeting in New Orleans. Toby, Baloo, their lawyer. The plan is to share the good news about the record deal and hopefully negotiate a short extension on that option payment, just long enough to finalize the deal money.
Okay,
Yeah.
seems reasonable. How does the meeting go?
Well, the initial dinner seems okay. Everyone's celebrating the deal. Seems positive. But the next morning, things get shady.
How so?
They're supposed to meet at the lawyer's office at a specific time. Denton calls Baloo's room. Baloo's wife answers, says, oh, they already left for the lawyers. Earlier than agreed.
Red flag right there.
Big time. Denton gets to the lawyer's office, and the vibe is just off. Tense. He says he could feel treachery and greed in the air.
Wow. Strong words.
Baloo denies they ever agreed on the later meeting time. The trust is just evaporating.
So Denton asks for the extension.
Yeah, just 6-8 weeks to sort the record deal finances. The lawyer is really non-committal, evasive.
And Denton's getting frustrated.
Understandably, he lays it all out. 18 months of work, the $50,000 investment, the remortgaged house, puts it all on the table.
Does that change anything?
They agreed to another meeting on Friday, but Denton's feeling really low, betrayed. He actually decides to just go home, feels like it's falling apart.
But his wife, Sue, convinces him to stay.
Yeah, she tells him he needs to see it through. Good advice, probably, even though it's painful.
He doesn't like New Orleans much, does he?
No, he finds it overwhelming, so he actually flies to Austin for a few days, stays in a hotel he knows, just to get away, feel less isolated.
Then back to New Orleans for the Friday meeting. Back for the Friday meeting. He gets verbal reassurances. Everything's fine, Kenny. But he feels like the trust is completely gone. It's just words.
And the contract option deadline is looming, November 1st.
November 1st arrives, and Denton's lawyer calls him with the news.
Let me guess. Not good news.
Not good. Toby's lawyer sent a fax, basically saying, thanks, but we don't need your services anymore. We'll be signing the record deal directly.
Oh, man, after everything.
Cut him out completely. Denton says he was hurt, but honestly not that surprised after the events of that week. He just puts it down to greed, calls the whole thing an absurd adventure with baffling individuals.
You can't blame him. What a gut punch.
Absolutely. And the story doesn't quite end there. There are a couple more uncomfortable encounters.
Oh, like what?
He has lunch with Ballou later in Lafayette, just the two of them. And Ballou takes him on this unannounced detour to a friend's house.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
It gets weirder. Ballou's friend starts asking Denton these really awkward questions. Does it ever rain in England? Have you ever met the Queen? Standard stuff, maybe, but then the guy asks, do you have black people in England? Denton says yes, and the guy just comes out with, I'm a racist, I hate all blacks.
Whoa, just like that.
Just like that. Denton is obviously really uncomfortable, makes his excuses, and leaves pretty quickly.
I don't blame him. That's appalling.
Absolutely jarring.
Eh.
And then, as if that wasn't enough, Ballou asks him this bizarre question in the car on the way back.
What now?
Hey, Kenny, do you know how to identify a good Cajun woman? Denton's like, no. And Ballou says, well, she can look at a field of rice and tell you how much gravy it needs.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
That's specific and kind of baffling.
Exactly. Just adds to the overall strangeness and the cultural disconnect Denton felt throughout much of this.
So what happened in the end, professionally? I mean, did Toby release the album?
He did. They signed the deal, got the advance money, but the album they made completely ditched Denton's modern fusion concept.
Ah, they went back to traditional Cajun.
Pretty much. An unremarkable Cajun album, Denton calls it. And, of course, no mention of Denton's involvement whatsoever.
Did it do well?
Apparently not. It got a limited release in Europe, but no U.S. release at all. Kind of faded away.
And Toby? What's he doing now?
As far as Denton knew when writing the book, Toby was still performing locally in Louisiana, just doing his thing.
And Ballou?
Denton's closing line on him is basically, who knows? Or perhaps who cares?
Ouch. A rather definitive end to that relationship.
Yeah. So, wrapping up this whole Cajun adventure, Kenny Denton starts with his clear vision, finds the talent against the odds, navigates some really tricky cultural waters.
Invests heavily, emotionally, and financially.
Secures the record deal. Only to be cut out at the last minute in what he clearly sees as a betrayal driven by greed. The innovative musical idea gets tossed aside.
So, for you listening, what are the big takeaways here? I mean, it's a wild story.
Definitely. I think it really slams home how tricky collaborations can be, especially when you're crossing cultural lines. Assumptions, communication, expectations, they can all clash.
Yeah, and it's a pretty stark look at the music industry too, isn't it? Talent and a good idea aren't always enough. Personalities, money, legal stuff, it gets complicated fast.
And sometimes, frankly, unethical. Denton clearly felt hard done by.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with. What does this story make you think about trust? Especially in creative projects that span different cultures or backgrounds.
That's a big one. Could Denton's original vision that Cajun techno-fusion have actually worked? Maybe. But it needed everyone pulling in the same direction, right?
Right. If that trust, that shared vision with Toby and Ballou hadn't broken down, who knows? It makes you wonder how many potentially great ideas fall apart because the human element just doesn't line up.
Something to definitely think about, how crucial are shared values and clear agreements when you're trying to build something new together, especially across those cultural divides. A fascinating cautionary tale.
Don't say hey, allez. night. Don't pass this why, don't stay